It's almost hard to choose which one I want to drive when I come outside. I gotta choose between if I want to drive the Corvette or if I want to drive the Rat. Today I drove this one, but only because it's so cold. And that one does have a heater, but it doesn't have side windows. I haven't done that part yet. You know, there's a couple things she's lacking. Just a few. Like, I need to definitely figure out a door latch better, because that is a barn door. Yep, yeah, that's a barn door. Oh, hey, it flipped it around. Hi. Ooh, fancy. And there's a barn door latch on that side too. So yeah, those are things I need to fix. I put bungee cords in there as safeties, but that's just a few things I need to fix. But that's not the reason I don't drive it. It's just because it was cold and I didn't have windows. If it's like 50, it's not bad, but get going down the highway at like 30 degrees, it gets pretty cold, even with the heater going. So Corvette wins on that one. Did a little bit more on the truck hood. Let me show you that real quick. It looks pretty good. It's starting to get pretty good. My arm's just getting tired. I'm waiting for warmer weather, and tomorrow's gonna be awesome. I started cleaning up all the details up and around, getting the last little remnants here and there, trying to preserve as much as I can, and starting to work the bigger area up there. This stuff over here, I don't know what in the hell that is. I think it's an acrylic primer. I do not think it should be on a car, so I don't know who put that on there. But we should be able to hand rub out this whole truck, and it should look pretty sweet. So I'm excited about that, because the whole truck will end up looking pretty damn nice, because it shined up really nice over on this side. I haven't done much more, but I was so tickled by how nice that came out. That is freaking good. I want to show you guys something out back. I've been actually hanging out back here, and I need to get the puppies out and get them some exercise. Rat Rod's hanging out inside because he hates the cold. So we're gonna get these two some exercise out back. So in my adventures wandering around, I found a Plymouth Turismo. Now these are a goofy little car, but they're a rear-wheel drive Dodge. They kind of looked like a little bit like a Fox Body Mustang if you squinted. So that kind of got me excited. I don't know what you could do with this or what we will do with this, but that is neat to find it over here. It's part of the cow pen. It's over in the corner. It's like sitting beside a freaking smashed up S10. Plymouth Turismos are freaking cool. Here's the front end of that Turismo. It is such a neat looking weird car. Should have came with a way bigger motor. Instead it came with some crap. I've been giving a lot of thought to like what eras I like to build the most, and pardon me, I gotta walk through that. Well, I was sitting there thinking, like, am I a 60s guy? Am I a 50s guy? Like, honestly, most times I'm pre-war. I'd love to build pre-war stuff. It's more fun. Straight glass, I have more options. But if I was to go anywhere, and he doesn't have a lot of 50 stuff out here, but he's got a lot of 50 Fords, I find myself in the 50s. I just find them more interesting. The dashes were cool. Like, they had little fins in the back. You can't go wrong with freaking pointy things. Like, look like little rocket ships. You know, you don't see that on cars nowadays. They just kind of lope them out and make them look like crap. You got the Ranchero over here. It's got some wings. You know, little wings. Not big ones. Then you come over here and you got more wings. Like, that to me is just fun. Like, that era of car was just so much more entertaining. And they're kind of heavy, but a little bit of work, and you can have them lightened up to where you're in like a normal car or a new car, and actually get some good mileage out of these with modern drivetrains. I'd like to see them back on the road. They probably will be, both of them on bags, but I just was sitting there thinking about like which ones I'd go for, because I'm not a 60s guy. Like, I like the 63 Impala Super Sport. I had one as a kid and I loved the shit out of it. But 60s cars, like if I had a choice between 50s and 60s, even though the muscle car era happened, I'm going to lean more into the curves and the points and the goofiness. Like, all these cars always just seem like, I don't know. Just never been my gal, my thing. Like, there's a Ford Fairlane. I think you got another Fairlane. And another one. Like, this one's kind of neat. But at the same time, it's just kind of a big car. It's like the Cougars and the other Fairlanes. They just feel like really big cars. Because if you look at the size difference of the 50s cars over here and that, it's just so much. The cars got so big. And they didn't need to be that big. It's like cars nowadays. They just get huge. That's why I drive Corvettes. They're tiny. I'm a big dude. I don't mind tiny. Even a Cougar from that era. It's just a big car. Even that guy. Another big car. It's just they're so large. And it's not that I'm against a big car. It's just, what's the point? Like, I could put the same motor in that one and that one. I'll get better mileage than this one because it's going to be lighter. Only because they put so much damn steel to make the rest of that car. I like thinking about eras and different stuff. And like Fred likes those 70s Fords. And he's got some more over there. A bunch of pile of line of them. I don't get them. I like the Fords with the cod piece in the front. I think he's got one. Yeah, he's got some of them. Like, so that one you see is a straight grill. That one you see the little cod piece. There's another one of the cod piece grills. There's one without, and there's another one with. I just seem to like those kind of trucks a little more when it comes down to the Fords. But again, it's not like my go-to. I'm more of a square body Chevy kind of guy. They're just going nuts. Don't worry, they're not mad at each other. They just play. Really rough and sounding very angrily. And if I get to thinking about 60s trucks, like this is something I'd be into. You know, big old panel wagon. You know, especially like it's early 60s with the wraparound windshield. That just to me is cool. Got a neat looking dash too. It's like a little cockpit. I love these things. Like that to me is the 60s era. I just never have gotten on board. Like, look at the back of that thing. Isn't that just cool as shit? Now, you know me, I would be slamming this on the ground. It would probably get full of subs and I'd probably be sleeping in it or something weird. But that thing's fucking sick. I would rock the fuck out of that. I do think I have a problem with panel wagons. I also love the fact that it's not like a Suburban panel, because it has no door. No door. That is straight pimping. Straight pimping. Like, this gives off somewhat of a cool 60s vibe to me, but these are few and far between. I don't know, if I had to pick out here, it'd have to be between like the 50s and 60s, or like 50s mostly. We got more 50s up front, but those aren't really my vibe. If I go 50s, I want like even earlier, almost 40s, because it's just like the attached fenders and stuff. It's neat, but it's just not like my vibe. You know, this is kind of like up my alley. This, because it's ugly and weird, I love. Same thing with the Grimmy. That's why they get passes, is because they're just weird and awesome and fun. You know, I love weird cars and interesting cars and things that you normally wouldn't see on the road. And that's exactly what all three of those are. You know, I find the 50s more fun, but if I go into the 60s, 70s, I want the ugly ducklings. I want the cars nobody wanted to touch. Nobody's like, you know, and I'd never build that. Well, nowadays you never see them because everybody crushed them. So now you got something that's rare because everybody else killed them. Kind of enjoy that. And rare doesn't mean expensive or anything like that. Rare sometimes just means fucking cool. That's just the plain and simple of it. I like the cars that are just weird, the cars that are fun. Like these freaking two-door Jags. These things are just fun. I have no idea what I would do with one or if I would build one. But they're just weird. They're just weird enough to where you could do something really cool with it and make something super iconic. Like, look at this thing's stance. You come in there with some big wheels. It's got a freaking epic little nose on her. Just such a cool car. I see, my brain starts rolling around as soon as I go look at it. It's like, man, that could be pretty cool. I don't even know if this would be one I'd airbag or anything like that. That would be something I'd probably race car. I don't know. I don't know what vibe it gives me. It gives me that Jag vibe. Yeah, baby. I got a Jag. I kind of enjoy them. They're neat. It's almost like a weird fastback going on in the back. I don't even know what his plans are for these girls. These early 50 cars really aren't my favorites. Like, they're neat cars, but if I want to go 50s, I want to go more for like the rocket ships, and we're thinking about outer space and shit like that. That shit to me was cool. You know, these were kind of, they're still in the tame of them figuring out what cars were and how they worked, which was cool because these were basically just like a really nice tractor. You know, the speed's actually like, if you ever had cruise control on one, it's kind of like a choke lever. You just kind of pull it out to the space you want, and that's how you set your cruise. But they're cool cars though, like if you want to go bomb around in one. But if I was to go build one, I just find more life in the later 50s, 59s, 58s, 56s. It starts getting a little pointy. 60s it starts laying out, and then you get all square. It just gets weird. I actually have had some really funny comments lately, and I wanted to bring you over to the Corvette to talk about that. I can't tell you how many people are pissed off that this car is muddy. The fact that I drive this thing, oh, let me get her foot, hon. She had a sticker in her foot. She's all good now. So we got it taken care of. But there's so many people that were complaining that I got this car muddy. You know why this car's muddy? Because I freaking drive it. And that's exactly why I made those videos, was about you guys that don't drive your cars. What do I do? Hit to find a mud puddle and be like, whoa, that's too much. I daily drive it. Should I just park it when it rains? Fucking stupid. I also have people complaining about how much I cuss. I create these videos to talk to my best friend that took his life, and I use these videos as therapy. You guys coming along for the ride's awesome. I love it. It's so much fun. Like, I get to share what I learn. I get to show you guys me chasing my dream. But at the same time, if I feel like cussing, I'm going to cuss. I'm working on it, but I'm not perfect. I also create daily videos, so I'm just creating these for literally me. There's no money coming in. There's no magical thing driving me to do it, other than it helps my mental stability. It literally helps me keep a grip on what the hell's going on in the world, which way's up, which way's down. And a lot of people go home at the end of the day and they watch TV, right? They sit down and watch TV. I don't. They go home and they go play video games. I don't. I upload a video that I created throughout the day. It's kind of what it is. I really enjoy it. I love the fact there's more people joining in and subscribing and coming along. All of you, I'm glad you're here. I'm foul. I believe in God, and I love hot rods, and I love building cars, and I airbrush, and I paint. If all those things aren't exactly what you want to see, you never know what you're going to see from one day to the next. Some days we're out here wandering around a junkyard talking about eras of cars. Other days we're going to be doing whatever. Like, I don't know what next day entails. I'm probably going to be in Oklahoma another week because there's a whole bunch of cars that we might be bringing back over here and hauling over and getting some more stuff going, and I need to get stuff going. Because, you know, creating content doesn't pay the money, at least not yet. But again, I'd rather still be working on the cars. That's kind of what I love doing. I do this because it's like where I'm at in 10 years and where I imagine myself 10 years from now, I can see what that guy's doing, and I want to get to where he's getting, but I want to see the homework. I want to see the work he put in to get there. You know, and I think that's amazing that I get to record these videos for him. He's watching this going, yeah, these are for me, baby. I just love it. I think it's so much fun. And so many people think that we're motivated by whatever. And I really just feel better mentally when I create these. It allows me to dump it out. It allows me to get myself freedom. I've just been happier now that you guys have been on the ride. And with more you guys coming on, it's just fun because I get to have fun conversations in the comments. And I can bounce ideas back and forth. And I can kind of come up with what I'm doing. And eventually maybe we do something with all this. I had the thoughts of, like, when I get sponsors, instead of taking money, getting like parts or getting tickets for parts, or be able to give you guys away parts. Because once I have enough money to pay my bills, I don't need any more. I think it'd be kind of fun to give stuff away and we get more of these hot rods on the road, give away intakes and carburetors, fuel, you name it. Just be more fun. Help other guys get their stuff on the road, maybe get new tools to you guys, see what we can do with the world. So I love you guys. Sorry, this is another weird one. Tomorrow we're going to be sanding a lot more on the truck because we got some nice weather. But I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.